Hey!
Hey, hi.
Welcome to the Natasha and Debbie Show.
Hello.
That's brutal. Just two patriotic girls. So please don't take us the wrong way.
Hi.
Hey everybody!
Welcome to the Natasha and Debbie Show.
And some random dude we pulled off on the street.
Some guy needed $5.
Yeah.
Random dude here. How y'all doing?
This is Mark,
Hi,
Hello.
Mark.
who we love. Mark has been a great friend of ours for many, many years. He used to live right next door. And he's Tyson's best buddy in the whole world.
I don't recommend it though.
Living next door to us.
So I moved in.
Yeah, I was just going to say. He also lived here as our roommate for a year and a half. And then sadly ditched us to go all the way 800 miles away to Minnesota.
Minnesota, don't you know? Yeah, you betcha.
That's the Minnesota accent that he picked up in 10 seconds. But thank you for being here. We've always called Mark our house husband. Or
Neighbor wives.
And then we were also neighbor wives. But we love Mark to death. So if you have questions for Mark, he knows everything about us that we don't want you to know.
So don't ask questions.
So don't ask him.
I'll start my own
Start your own video, your own channel.
podcasting.
Oh, God. So again, I just want to say I'm not responsible for anything Mark may say, do, or I don't know. I'm not responsible for him.
Should be interesting.
This could go very wrong or very great. We don't know. But anyway, before we get started though today, guys, hit the like button if you like the videos we put out for you, and consider subscribing to the channel, but only do that widen.
Please check out some of our other content before you subscribe to make sure you want to be a part of our family.
Which is what we're doing today. Good one.
That was a
Good
good
one.
lead in there.
Good
wasn't
one. We're going to do
All
family
of the
stuff.
family.
it? Families.
So we're going to be looking today about
Yeah.
British and American families and the differences.
Everybody's got one. So let's find out what's different.
Yeah. And interestingly enough, all three of us here we're just saying this before we started the video here. We're all the babies of our family. So
Yep.
I'm the youngest of three, Debbie.
Youngest of two.
And now Mark.
Youngest of 9, 7 sisters, 1 brother.
Crazy.
The youngest of 9.
Yes, my parents were 11 and of 12, so yeah.
Wow.
Breeders,
Some big families.
ladies, don't get too close. It might actually.
Stop. Oh, and we're going there. But yeah, so we just thought like we were a dysfunctional family for a while there when we all lived together. And then to make it even
Highly
weirder,
dysfunctional family.
but then to make it weirder, what happened?
We brought in an ex-husband.
My
Not
ex-husband.
mine. I don't have something.
So yeah, after Mark moved in, then my ex-husband moved in.
Yep.
Get your all minds out the gutter. It was
One
nothing
big
like
family.
that. But it was a family.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very dysfunctionally awesome. And it was great. Debbie and I had 2 husbands. We made them do all the heavy lifting, and it was
And
awesome for us.
It could have definitely been a TV show.
Yeah, I
We
regret
missed
this.
out on millions of dollars.
We were the next Kardashians,
Yeah.
just in a very different way.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Mark used to call it the comedy of errors.
On to families.
On to family. So we're going to find out today what the differences are between British and American families, because what could be that different, right? I don't know.
find out.
So let's find out. Let's find out what that is.
Hello, I'm Lawrence, and I'm on a quest to uncover all of the memos that Britain and America lost in the pond, and one of those memos pertains to family. You know, there's an old saying in the English language, families, you can't live with them, and there are studies to back me up on that. But as I discussed recently with patrons on my
good.
secret stream, there are various nuanced differences between how family life plays out in Britain and America. And as I said to my patrons last Friday, I've experienced the best and the worst of both sides of the coin. And so today, at the risk of alienating everyone in my families, I'm going to lay out some of my observations. Here are 5 ways that British and American families are very different.
All right, let's find out.
I'm not sure if it's because I'd already seen the extra large size of America's roads and cars and land and grocery stores and everything, but my initial impression was that American family sizes were bigger than those of Britain. And, you know, if you don't believe me, watch the 1990 documentary Home Alone. It just felt like my wife's relatives were coming from all angles, you know, not in attack formation, it's not the 18th century, but their great numbers instilled in me this kind of belief that American households were on average made up of more people than your British equivalents. But was there any truth to this matter? It's not that British families don't have multiple children. I myself have 2 siblings. Well, it turns out there is no ignoring the facts. Over the last 10 years, the average number of person per UK household was between 2.3 and 2.4. In that same time period, the average number of people in an American household has roughly floated between 2.5 and 2.6 people.
So that surprises me a little bit.
Not that much bigger.
No.
Yeah, but like once
a
you actually
person
have a
here.
population, I can sort of see why like we had the population explosion. I mean, because if you think about it, we starting off with the colonies or whatever, and then we decided to. Yeah, I can't say that, but
Don't say that word.
things happened.
It's a family-friendly show.
And then multiple times, and then I mean, we started off more as an agrarian, to where other than in cities where you typically have less kids, but if you have a farm, you want as many kids as you can.
That's very true.
Well, yeah, like your
Slave
parents'
labor.
families.
Well, I was just going to say, but your family,
Yeah.
you know, that's totally not normal over here. Not nowadays.
And both his parents' families
Wow,
were
yeah,
huge.
and then
Well, my dad was one of 13 or 14. I don't even remember. There's too many of
We'll
them.
keep religion out of it, but that
Well, it has a part of it
we're
in some ways.
Yeah, I mean,
So, but that's
go forth and multiply. They took it serious. I'm just saying.
your parents definitely took that seriously, as did my grandparents. All right.
So that means that on average, American households have about 1/5 of a person more
A fifth of a
than
person.
British households, which is about the size of a leg. What's going on, America?
Humor me.
Yes.
Could you stand up, please, sir? Without knocking over the camera.
Well, that's going to be showing
Marcus 6'7". So if we're going off
my leg.
leg.
Probably
his leg,
my leg probably qualifies as a person.
it
And
qualifies as a person.
yes,
I mean, you can't see anything, but I'm just saying, literally,
I would kick up a leg, but yes,
There's no room.
there's
I
no
would
room.
kick over everything.
This is
above
why
us.
Debbie's back there. But that's the size of a Mark leg, is what we're just wanted to clarify that.
Well, one thing that I've noticed that might accommodate this slight increase in family size is the relatively large size of American houses, which, as I pointed out in a video 2 years ago, are just bigger, which, you know, might account for these. My family might not be typical, but when I was growing up in Britain, we had parties at our house for 2 occasions, and those 2 occasions were Christmas and birthdays. For Christmas, it would just be a small gathering of humans that could fit inside our English living room. And for birthdays, and we're particularly talking about childhood birthdays, it would usually be about 6 kids, one of whom was inevitably thrown out for disruptive behaviour, forcing the other 5 to go on without me. And they'd all play Pass the Parcel, which is a game that I don't hear too many Americans talking about, come to think of it. And that was about it for me. But in America, families will house huge parties for all manner of occasions. So 25 people will show up to Christmas meals, Thanksgiving meals, 4th of July stuff. Birthdays, graduation open house parties. I did 3 of those in my first year, and I still don't know who those people are. And the one that really stands out for me personally is the welcome party that I was given. When I came to Indiana in 2007, I was just visiting, you know, and I thought I'll meet the mum and the dad for the second time. I'll meet the brother and sister, maybe pet a dog or 2. No, I got the whole works, as they say. There were aunts and uncles and granddads and grandmothers and cousins of cousins.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna pause right there, and I guarantee you he's gonna say this after I pause it. Do you guys not have family reunions?
Wow, that'd be staggering.
I'll be shocked if you don't.
Yours would be massive.
Yours is massive. We've been to his family's Christmas thing, and it's like they have to rent out a whole hotel.
Well,
But that's not a family reunion.
next month
That's just
actually
family.
is our family reunion.
Ooh.
I'll be back in town.
Let's take a video of that. You guys want to see that?
Yeah,
How many people are there?
there's probably going to be 300 something, roughly. Well, from itty bitty kids to adults, and yeah.
But that I am surprised though about him just saying like Christmas and birthdays though.
Yeah.
Because I mean we have parties just have parties.
Well, I'm sure they've got to have parties. It's
I would think you guys come on,
They
you have
don't
birthday
consider that
parties when you're adults,
family,
right?
but yeah, as far as but like even when we have a party, you're not inviting.
Family and stuff.
Well, I mean,
They are.
Yeah.
Not
Okay.
necessarily.
Yes.
But I'm just thinking, like, I had a 35th birthday party, a 40th birthday party. We all, So I'm just wondering, do you not have adult birthday parties? That sounded wrong. You know what I meant. Let's get back in the video.
And I know what you're thinking. Ooh, Lawrence, you're an introvert. That must have been hell. But here's the thing. One of the most challenging things about being an introvert is initiating the conversation. And because I couldn't get a word in edgeways, I didn't have to go through that. So everyone's a winner. A moment ago, I touched upon graduation open house parties. What I didn't mention is that we do have graduation parties in the UK. It's just that the word graduation usually refers only to the commencement of university/college. Whereas in America, it seems like families will hold a graduation party for various levels of the educational pyramid. So I've celebrated everything from a distant cousin's graduation from elementary school all the way through to university. And it's all good,
I just want to say, though, we did not have that when I was a kid. You guys didn't either, right? You're older than me. They're older than me.
Not from like kindergarten.
No, yeah. Well,
I didn't have that.
That's the thing. Even for like back on the religion thing, but yeah, like as far as first communion and stuff like that, we had parties for everything.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, see, I'm not Catholic, so I didn't have that experience, but I didn't have any, you had 8th grade graduation?
8th grade graduation?
Well, you also went to Catholic school, too. You both did, right?
No, I didn't go to Catholic.
Okay, you did not, just you. I'm just saying, I never had graduation except for high school, so.
Yeah.
You normally give them a card with some money in it, even though you needed that yourself. And presumably they put it toward their first car, not the elementary kids. Or the high school kids come to that. I don't know what they spend it on. All this to say that American families place a great deal of emphasis on the educational excellence of their kids. Now, I'm not saying this doesn't happen in Britain. Of course it does. I just think the idea of pushing their kids to excel academically is, generally speaking, more prominent in the United States. This doesn't just apply to grades, it's things like extracurricular activities. It seems like it's a really big thing here for kids to be on a sports team or to be in band or to do, what was it called? Yes, colour guard. That's where you throw the sticks and the flags in the air and you catch them in ways that I can't even comprehend. And American families are super supportive of this. Many of them will go and watch their kids perform, and I've even been to a few myself. And what can you say at the end of such an event? Oh, your flag throwing skills were really impressive, presumably. I mean, I don't know the rules.
This is why whenever Debbie's nephews and niece, and God, I love them to death. If you're watching, I love you guys. They're now adults. Should I not go there?
Probably not.
No, but Lisa knows. You guys met Lisa, Debbie's sister, just the other week. They'd have different, I don't know, choir things, and I'd be like, yeah, I'm just gonna sit that one out. I'm just like, I'm not into the kids stuff, man. I just don't want to go to all that stuff. It's just a lot. We do too much of this. I think we're excessive with it. We need to knock it down about 20 pegs.
No, we like to party. That's it.
Yeah, but not at the little kid stuff. We don't do that there. Maybe you do.
Depends on your group, man. I'm just saying.
Mark's in the parking lot.
Okay.
Dad, put a band together.
The point is, whether we're talking about football or marching band or honor society, it seems to me that a kid's extracurricular activities play a larger role in the dynamics of an American family as opposed to a British one. I sort of hate this bit because I don't have any data to back it up. It's just all feeling. So instead, let's talk about something for which I do have some numbers. One of my patrons, Jeff, asked me about multi-generational households. What's a multi-generational household, Lawrence? Well, typically speaking, it's a household in which 3 or more generations of family members live together. So it might be some grandparents, parents, and kids. So an example of this would be Charlie Bucket's house in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. He lives with his mum and 4 grandparents who, frankly, aren't pulling their weight. But in each country, what percentage of households have this kind of multi-generational makeup? Well, in Britain, the Office for National Statistics suggests that 419,000 households are considered multi-generational, and as a percentage of all the households in Britain, those account for about 1.5%.
Wow.
In America, it's about 4 million households, but whoa, back up the truck,
what's the percentage?
right? America has a bigger population.
Nothing.
It has more households in general, so
That's
this makes sense. But even when you do account for that differential, 4 million households is nonetheless 3.2% of all American households.
That makes me sad.
It is sad.
I mean, Debbie and I have both had our mothers here in our home. Your mom lived with your sister.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. Yeah, it'll actually depend on
it's cultural and it's also individual too. It's like, I mean, with my mom, I was working from home, so I was able to be here to take care of her. And when Debbie's mom was here, we were both working out of the home, so we paid someone to come in when we weren't here, and we took care of her when we were here. That makes sense, right? But I know that, like in Mexico, they take care of their family members in their homes. It's like a thing. You just do that.
Yeah,
so
it's sort of broken now.
I think it's becoming a little bit more popular. I'm hearing of more and more of my clients that are moving in their parent and or parents.
I wonder if that hasn't changed since COVID though, too.
Even though they don't need assistance, they're perfectly functioning, but they move them in with them, want to save money.
Yeah.
And then also help out with the kids.
Slackers.
But I also wonder this is a whole other video we could do. Like, we call it nursing homes. I don't know what you call it. Maybe the same thing. Like assisted living. Yeah, assisted living. Like the price differences. I can't talk today. How much is nowadays? It's stupid here, but I wonder, like, what does the NHS cover on that? Does it? I don't know. Then maybe this is something we can look into for a future video.
It's a great idea.
So the answer to your question, Jeff, is that it appears that American households are twice as likely to be multi-generational. So what do we learn from that? I don't know, but it's an interesting fact.
It is interesting.
And then there's the terminology, the titles that we use to describe a particular family member. And I don't just mean the word plonker. No, I'm talking about the American mom versus the British mum, or pops versus my old man. Whereas both Britain and America might refer to their younger sibling as younger brother or younger sister, Americans might occasionally refer to that person as their kid brother or kid sister. In Britain, as with the US, you might hear your parent's parental figure be described as granddad, grandfather, or grandpa. But one word that I heard in the Midwest, and I gather is used in the South, is papaw or variant.
That's what I meemaws. Yep, I used to call my grandpa when I was a little kid, papaw. But again, because my family was all, not all of them, but mostly from Kentucky, mostly from the South, and I grew up in a more affluent Cincinnati neighborhood, I had to unlearn a lot of these things very quickly because I got made fun of a lot for saying the word papaw. I didn't used to wash my hands when I was a little girl. I washed my hands. Yeah, so I had to unlearn a lot of these things, and that was one thing I stopped saying it because I got made fun of, so I changed it to grandpa. But now what's upsetting to me is people don't want to be referred to as grandpa or grandma or any of those terms. They want to be Mimi, or what is the male version of that for grandpa? Like anything else, because they don't want to sound old.
Yeah.
To me, the word grandma and grandpa are like a badge of honor you should wear with pride. You know, because my favorite people in my life are my grandparents. Do you guys have that over there too? Like, do you not be, I don't know what words you would use, but a lot of people not using the grandparents' terms anymore?
I don't know. Let us know.
When they said earlier, mom and mum, that's always drove me nuts because I've heard, like, when we've watched stuff about the Queen, we watched the first season of The Crown. Did you ever watch that?
No.
Okay. I remember them like talking and saying mum, and I'm like, what are they calling her? So I always thought that was another word for ma'am, mum, but he's saying mom and mum. Well, this is hard. Mum and mom, or that's the same? I thought it was ma'am and mum was the same.
I don't know. Maybe
and then saying old man for my old man for dad, like here you get say that.
Well,
my old man
shows though the British shows, they actually, when they said mum, that wasn't actually a family member.
Right.
It was one of the
that's why I thought it was ma'am.
Scenario.
Yeah.
But that's where
that's what confuses me still. Help me out with that. And like I said, then saying old man for dad is really not something we say. Usually you'd say, like a woman would say that about their husband. Yeah. Like if they're older couple, they'd be like, my old man, or even younger, actually. I don't get it though.
On that theme. Similarly, in the UK, while we might refer to our parents' maternal figure as grandma, grandmother, nana, nan, in the US you've got one or two other phrases. You've got Grammy, like the award. You've got grandma, grandmom, grams, and presumably in cahoots with papaw, you have mamaw. And that is it for this episode. Let me know in the comments below if your family has its own quirks. I'm Lawrence Brown. You can follow me on.
There we go. So, okay, the terms at the end, though, I thought was actually interesting. So we've heard some of those before. Again, just help me out with the whole mom thing. What about mother? Because in America, that's when you know you have a teenage daughter.
Yes.
When you start hearing, mother.
Mother.
No, mother, I will not. It used to be mom or mommy, and then it's like you're a teenage girl, and it's like, mother. I think every American mom is like, no, they said mother.
Yeah.
Right? Did you ever say mother?
Especially if you've embarrassed your child, yes.
Yeah.
Mother.
So maybe not just American teenage girls, teenagers in general. You turn into a teenager, you start saying mother. And it's a derogatory kind of way. The biggest things here, I think, that I took from this, well, and I still want to know in the comments, you guys let us know. I don't know what I just picked up. That's my thing for my phone. But was when he said just like the two gatherings, two parties again, I'm stuck back on that. I feel like there's no way you guys don't have adult birthday parties. Come on, with family members too, along with friends. I just don't buy that.
50th and stuff like that, or like
Yeah.
bands, or
What about anniversaries too?
bars, I guess.
What about anniversary
I
parties?
was thinking more
The pub.
The
the
pub.
Easter holiday, Thanksgiving,
We have Thanksgiving.
4th of July,
Yeah, we have a lot extra.
and Christmas.
They have holidays that we don't have. I just help us out with some of those questions that we had there. Hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please hit the like button for us. We'd appreciate that. And again, consider subscribing to the channel. Any last words of
No, and if you like what we do here and you want to help support us, you can always go over to Buy Me a Coffee and buy us a coffee.
and the links in the description. We also have the new super thanks too. That's right below the video here somewhere next to the like and all that stuff. Mark's looking for it. But if you want Mark back too, let us know. I mean, he's not here often, but he'll be back next month for visit. And let us know if you want us to drag him back on the camera. He really wants to. He loves this as much as we do. But no, seriously, guys, thanks so much for watching. We appreciate you. Thank you, sir, brother.
Thank you, ladies.
Thanks
Love
for being
you.
here,
Former
man.
former
Yeah.
housewife. I can't reach you guys. It's not fair.
Aw.
Love our Marky Mark. And he likes to be addressed in the comments as Marky Mark. He
Right.
loves it. It's you're truly our family if you address Mark as Marky Mark. Or Marcus Aurelius. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys. We appreciate you very much. We'll see you again next time. And you guys have a great one.
We'll see you then.
Bye-bye.
Bye.